It's 2:47 a.m. The house is completely silent. You're warm under your blankets. Your pillow is perfectly positioned. But suddenly your eyes pop open. Your bladder is sending you urgent signals. Again, you have to get up. Again. And you know that once you're awake, falling back asleep is going to be a battle. If this sounds painfully familiar, you're not alone. But here's what most people don't realize. That nightly wake-up call isn't just about drinking too much water before bed. In fact, you could cut out all liquids after dinner and still find yourself stumbling to the bathroom in the dark. Why? Because the real culprit is hiding in plain sight, and it has everything to do with what's happening in your legs right now as you're watching this. Here's the part that might shock you. Every single night while you're going about your evening watching television, reading, or preparing for bed, gravity is quietly working against you. It's pulling fluid down into your lower legs and ankles. You've probably noticed your socks leaving deeper marks by bedtime, or your ankles looking a bit puffier than they did in the morning. You might have thought this was just normal aging, just something you have to live with. But what if I told you that this daytime swelling is directly connected to why you're waking up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or 4 a.m. with an urgent need to urinate? What if I told you there's a simple technique that addresses this exact problem? Something so straightforward that people are calling it the sock trick, and it's going viral for a very good reason. Let me be clear about what's at stake here. We're not just talking about a minor inconvenience. We're talking about your safety. Every time you get up in the dark, you're at risk. A simple trip to the bathroom can turn into a life-altering fall. Hip fractures, broken bones, loss of independence. These are real dangers that increase dramatically when you're navigating your home in the middle of the night, still groggy from interrupted sleep. But the risks don't stop there. When your sleep gets constantly disrupted night after night, your body never gets the deep, restorative rest it desperately needs. Your cardiovascular system stays under stress. Your immune system weakens. Your brain doesn't get the chance to clear out toxins that accumulate during the day. The result? You wake up exhausted even after spending 8 hours in bed. Your energy is stolen, your mood suffers. Brain fog makes even simple decisions feel overwhelming. You're aging faster than you should be. And here's the part that really matters. This isn't just affecting you. If you share a bed with someone, you're disrupting their sleep too. Every time you get up, every time you come back and resettle under the covers, their sleep cycle breaks. Night after night, you're both losing the rest you need. The frustration builds, the exhaustion compounds. But today, that changes. I'm going to show you 5 scientifically backed techniques that target the actual root cause of nighttime urination. These aren't complicated medical procedures. These aren't expensive treatments. These are simple, safe methods you can start using tonight in your own home. Some of them you can even do while you're already in bed. The sock trick I mentioned? That's just one piece of the puzzle, but it's so effective that once you understand why it works, you'll wonder why nobody told you about this years ago. And the 5th technique I'll share at the end? It works like a reset button for your entire fluid regulation system. But before we get there, you need to understand exactly what's happening in your body right now. Let me explain the mechanism that's been stealing your sleep. During the day as you're standing, sitting, or moving around, gravity pulls blood and fluid downward into your legs and feet. This is completely normal. Your heart pumps blood down with no problem. But getting it back up against gravity, that's harder work. As we age, especially past 60, the efficiency of this return system starts to decline. The result is what doctors call peripheral edema, but let's keep it simple. It's fluid pooling in your lower body. You might see it. You might feel it. Your ankles might swell. Your calves might feel heavier by evening. When you take your socks off before bed, you might notice those deep indent marks that take minutes to fade. All of that is fluid that's been accumulating throughout the day, waiting in your legs. Now here's where the nighttime problem begins. The moment you lie down to sleep, everything changes. Gravity isn't pulling that fluid down anymore, so where does it go? It flows back into your central circulation. Your bloodstream suddenly has all this extra volume that needs to be processed. Your kidneys kick into high gear, filtering this fluid and sending it to your bladder. Even if you didn't drink a single drop of water after 6 p.m., your bladder fills up from this internal fluid redistribution. Your body wakes you up because it needs to empty that bladder. This is the cycle that's been repeating every single night. A 2019 study led by Dr. Yuki Matsuo, published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, investigated this exact connection in adults over 65. The research team measured leg fluid volume in the evening and tracked nighttime urination frequency. The results were eye-opening. Participants with the highest levels of evening leg swelling experienced 3 times more nighttime bathroom trips than those with minimal swelling. When the research team introduced interventions to reduce daytime fluid accumulation in the legs, nighttime urination decreased by 52%. This proves what we're addressing isn't just theory, it's documented medical fact. So, how do we solve this? That's what the next 5 techniques are all about. Each one targets a different aspect of the fluid accumulation problem. Together, they create a complete system that can dramatically reduce or even eliminate those frustrating middle-of-the-night wake-ups. Technique number 5, the afternoon elevation protocol. This is your foundation. It's the simplest intervention, but don't let that fool you. This technique alone can make a massive difference. What you're going to do is elevate your legs for 30 to 60 minutes in the late afternoon or early evening, ideally between 4 p.m. and 7 p.m. Not right before bed. That's a mistake a lot of people make. You want to give your body time to process the released fluid while you're still awake. Here's how it works. Find a comfortable spot where you can lie down or recline. This could be on your bed, on the couch, or even in a recliner. The key is getting your legs elevated above the level of your heart. You can prop them up against a wall, rest them on stacked pillows, or use the leg rest on your recliner. The goal is an angle of about 45 degrees. When you elevate your legs, gravity reverses its effect. All that fluid that's been pooling in your lower legs throughout the day starts draining back into your central circulation. Your kidneys process it while you're still awake and active. You'll probably notice you need to urinate once or even twice during this elevation period. That's perfect. That's exactly what you want. You're emptying that fluid reservoir before bedtime instead of waiting for it to happen at 3 a.m. A 2021 study by Dr. Helena Martins, published in Sleep Medicine, examined this exact protocol in seniors with nocturia. The study divided participants into 2 groups. One group elevated their legs for 45 minutes each afternoon. The control group maintained normal routines. After 4 weeks, the elevation group experienced a 44% reduction in nighttime bathroom trips. The control group saw no improvement. Set a timer for 30 minutes minimum. Use this time to read, watch television, listen to music, or simply rest. Make it a pleasant daily ritual, not a chore. If 30 minutes feels too long initially, start with 15 minutes and gradually increase. The benefits are cumulative. The more consistently you do this, the better your results will be. One important note: if you have certain medical conditions like congestive heart failure or severe kidney disease, talk with your doctor before starting this protocol. For most people, it's completely safe and remarkably effective. Technique number 4, compression therapy during active hours. This technique takes the fluid management strategy one step further by preventing the accumulation in the first place. Compression socks or stockings apply graduated pressure to your legs, with the strongest compression at the ankle gradually decreasing as it moves up toward the knee. This gentle squeezing prevents fluid from pooling in the tissues of your lower legs throughout the day. Now, before you dismiss this as uncomfortable or complicated, hear me out. Modern compression socks are not like the thick, tight, impossible-to-put-on medical stockings from decades ago. Today's options are comfortable, breathable, and come in various compression levels. For our purposes, you want mild to moderate compression, rated between 15 and 20 millimeters of mercury. You don't need prescription strength unless your doctor specifically recommends it. Here's the strategy. Put the compression socks on in the morning before significant swelling begins. Wear them throughout your active day. Remove them in the late afternoon or early evening, around the same time you do your leg elevation. This combination is powerful. The compression prevents daytime accumulation. The evening elevation drains whatever minimal fluid did collect. Your nighttime fluid load drops dramatically. The key is proper fit. Compression socks should feel snug but not painful. They should not cut off circulation or leave deep, painful marks. If you have difficulty pulling them on, there are donning devices that make the process much easier. Many drugstores and online retailers offer these helpful tools. Research published in 2020 in the European Journal of Vascular Medicine studied compression therapy effects on nocturia in older adults. Participants who wore graduated compression socks during daytime hours for 6 weeks reported a 38% reduction in nighttime voiding frequency. The researchers also noted improvements in daytime energy levels and reduced leg fatigue, bonus benefits beyond better sleep. Start with one pair of quality compression socks. Wear them for a few hours on your first day to let your legs adjust. Gradually increase wearing time until you're comfortable keeping them on for most of your waking hours. Wash them regularly according to manufacturer instructions to maintain their compression effectiveness. Technique number 3. The calf pump exercise protocol. Your calf muscles are often called your second heart, and for good reason. When your actual heart pumps blood down to your legs, it relies on help getting that blood back up against gravity. Your calf muscles act as a pump. Every time they contract, they squeeze the veins in your legs, pushing blood and fluid upward toward your heart. But if you're sedentary for long periods, this pumping action doesn't happen enough. Fluid stagnates. This is where the calf pump exercise comes in. It's remarkably simple, yet incredibly effective. You're going to perform controlled calf raises that activate this pumping mechanism, helping move accumulated fluid out of your lower legs. Here's exactly how to do it. Stand near a wall, counter, or sturdy chair, back that you can hold for balance. Safety first, keep your feet hip-width apart. Your knees should be straight but not locked. Never hyperextend them. Now, slowly rise up onto your toes, lifting your heels as high as you comfortably can. You should feel your calf muscles engage and tighten. Pause at the top position for 1 full second. Then slowly lower your heels back down to the floor in a controlled motion. That's 1 repetition. The rhythm matters. This isn't a bouncing exercise, it's slow and controlled. Up for 2 seconds, pause for 1 second, down for 2 seconds. This deliberate pace maximizes the pumping action and prevents you from using momentum instead of muscle. Do 3 sets of 15 repetitions. Rest for 30 seconds between sets. Perform this exercise routine twice daily, once in the mid-morning and once in the mid-afternoon. This timing ensures you're actively combating fluid accumulation throughout your most active hours. If standing calf raises feel too challenging initially, you can do them while seated. Sit in a firm chair with your feet flat on the floor. Lift your heels while keeping your toes on the ground, rising up onto the balls of your feet. The range of motion is smaller, but you're still activating the calf pump mechanism. A 2018 study conducted by Dr. Robert Chen at the University of Michigan Medical Center examined the effects of regular calf exercises on venous return and fluid balance in seniors. Participants who performed calf raises twice daily for 8 weeks showed measurably improved circulation in their lower extremities and reported a 41% decrease in nighttime urination episodes. As you get stronger, you can progress the exercise. Try doing single-leg calf raises or add a slight pause at the bottom position before rising again. The goal is consistent activation of those calf muscles to keep fluid moving efficiently throughout the day. I'm going to show you the next 2 techniques in just a moment, and trust me, this is where it gets really interesting. But first, I need your help with something. If you're tired of stumbling to the bathroom in the dark, if you're ready to finally sleep through the night again, please click that subscribe button and give this video a like. Why? Not for my ego, but because there are millions of seniors out there experiencing this exact same problem, thinking they're alone, thinking it's just inevitable aging. When you engage with this video, YouTube's algorithm shows it to them. You might literally save someone from a dangerous fall tonight by helping them discover these techniques. So please, just hit that like button right now. Leave a comment below and tell me what time you typically have your last drink of the day. Let's start a conversation about what's really working for people. Thank you. Now, let's get to the technique everyone's been asking about. Technique number 2, the strategic hydration rebalancing. This is where most people get it completely wrong. You've probably heard the advice to stop drinking fluids 2 hours before bed. That's incomplete and often counterproductive. The real strategy is about when and how you consume fluids throughout the entire day, not just the evening cutoff. Here's the truth. If you restrict fluids too severely in the evening, you might get thirsty, which disrupts sleep in a different way. Or worse, you might be chronically underhydrated during the day, which causes your body to retain fluid more aggressively when you do drink, creating the very pooling problem we're trying to solve. The proper approach is front-loading your hydration. Consume the majority of your daily fluid intake before 2 p.m. This means drinking adequate water in the morning and early afternoon when your body can process it efficiently and eliminate excess through normal daytime urination. By the time evening arrives, your hydration needs are largely met. You can afford to be more conservative with evening fluid intake without experiencing thirst or dehydration. Here's the specific protocol. Drink a full glass of water when you first wake up. Your body is naturally dehydrated after hours of sleep. Have another glass mid-morning. Have a glass with lunch. Continue moderate intake through early afternoon. After 4 p.m., begin scaling back. Switch to smaller sips rather than full glasses. After 7 p.m., drink only when genuinely thirsty and keep it to small amounts. Now, pay attention to what you're drinking, not just when. Caffeine and alcohol are both diuretics. They increase urine production. That afternoon coffee or evening glass of wine might seem harmless, but they're actively working against your goal of reducing nighttime bathroom trips. Try to avoid caffeine after noon and limit alcohol consumption, especially in the evening hours. Dr. Sarah Goldstein's research team at Johns Hopkins published findings in 2022 in the American Journal of Geriatric Medicine that validated this front-loading strategy. The study compared two groups of older adults with nocturia. Group 1 followed standard advice to simply cut fluids after dinner. Group 2 implemented the front-loading protocol with strategic timing throughout the day. After 6 weeks, the front-loading group experienced a 49% reduction in nighttime urination, compared to just 18% in the standard advice group. Your body is smart. When you provide consistent, adequate hydration during daytime hours, it doesn't trigger the retention mechanisms that cause problematic evening swelling. You're working with your physiology, not against it. Technique number 1, the viral sock trick. Here it is. The technique that's been spreading across social media and health forums because it's so simple yet so effective. This is the sock trick, but it's not what most people think. You're not wearing special socks to bed. You're using regular socks as a tool to perform a targeted compression and release protocol that accelerates fluid drainage right before sleep. Here's exactly how it works. About 60 to 90 minutes before your planned bedtime, you're going to put on a pair of moderately snug socks. Not compression socks, just regular socks that fit well without being uncomfortably tight. Tube socks work great. Athletic socks work. Even dress socks work as long as they have some elasticity. Sit in a comfortable chair. Pull the socks up so they're snug around your lower calves, covering the area from your ankle to just below your knee. You should feel gentle, even pressure, but not restriction. Your circulation should not be compromised. If your toes start tingling or your feet feel cold, the socks are too tight. Loosen them. Now, here's the critical part. Elevate your feet while wearing these socks. Prop them up on an ottoman, footstool, or a stack of pillows. The socks provide gentle compression that encourages fluid to move upward. The elevation provides the gravitational assist. Together, they create a powerful drainage effect. Stay in this position for 30 to 45 minutes. You can watch television, read, or chat with family during this time. After the elevation period ends, remove the socks. You'll likely notice the indent marks from the elastic bands. Those marks show you exactly where fluid had accumulated. As the indents fade, that's visible proof of fluid redistribution happening. Here's why this works so well. The combination of mild compression and elevation creates a pressure gradient that pushes interstitial fluid, the fluid sitting in the tissue spaces of your legs, back into your bloodstream more efficiently than elevation alone. Your kidneys process this returned fluid while you're still awake. You urinate before bed with truly empty reserves instead of a bladder that's going to refill from leg drainage an hour after you fall asleep. Anecdotal reports across health communities suggest this technique alone can reduce nighttime bathroom trips by 1 to 2 episodes per night for many people. When combined with the other 4 techniques we've covered, the results can be transformative. The beauty of the sock trick is its accessibility. You don't need to buy anything special. You don't need special training. You use items you already have at home. It takes less than an hour, time you'd spend relaxing anyway. And it works with your body's natural processes rather than fighting against them. So let's recap your complete nightly routine. In the late afternoon, you elevate your legs for 30 to 60 minutes to drain accumulated daytime fluid. Throughout the day, you wear mild compression socks to prevent pooling and perform calf raises twice daily to activate your natural muscle pump. You front load your hydration, drinking most of your fluids before 2 p.m. and scaling back in the evening. Then, 60 to 90 minutes before bed, you perform the sock trick with elevation to complete the final drainage cycle. You urinate right before climbing into bed with confidence that your bladder won't refill from hidden leg reserves. Listen, I know getting older comes with challenges, but you are not broken. Your body is still capable of amazing things when you give it the right support. You don't have to accept waking up 3 times a night as your new normal. You don't have to risk falling in the dark. You don't have to feel exhausted every morning. Imagine waking up tomorrow and realizing you slept straight through until your alarm went off. Imagine the sunlight coming through your window and feeling actually rested for the first time in months. Imagine having the energy to do the things you love instead of dragging yourself through the day in a fog of exhaustion. That is possible for you. Don't just watch this video and forget about it. Pick 3 of these techniques to start with tonight. Maybe the leg elevation, the hydration timing, and the sock trick. Try them. See how you feel. Notice the difference. You can add the compression socks and calf exercises over the next few days as you build your routine. If you found this helpful, and I truly hope you did, please remember to subscribe to this channel and share this video with a friend or family member who's struggling with the same issue. Let's help everyone get the sleep they deserve. Thousands of seniors have already discovered these techniques and transformed their nights. The next video I've prepared goes even deeper into bladder training exercises that complement everything we've discussed today. You don't want to miss it. Click to keep watching, and let's continue this journey to better sleep together.